Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Well, Nick Collier here, and one of my viewers sent me a note and suggested that I take a video of me videoing. And I thought that was a great idea. So this is going to be a little shorty, but we're going to do that. And you know, when I first started doing this, I thought, you got to have a really good camera. You got to have all the fancy bells and whistles on a camera. So I was looking at $300 or $400 cameras, and that's just not the case. Actually, I bought this little $95 Canon from Staples. That's just not the case. Now, I bought this little $95 special from Staples, a Canon, and it worked great. And actually, it has outlasted my expensive camera. This thing just keeps working and working and working. In fact, I liked it so much, I went and bought a second one, the one you're looking at right now. And the reason I bought two is that there's times when you're filming one thing and you want to be able to film the other thing at the same time. And I'm going to show you that right now, and we'll go from there. And we'll go from there. I went on to eBay and I bought myself a half a dozen of these batteries. They're like, $5 a piece on eBay. And it's the best thing I did, because I'm running out of battery all the time. And especially as the batteries get a little older, they don't last as long. But at the same time, who cares? I just keep changing out the batteries. And at some point, I'm going to have to buy new batteries. But at this point, no. So let's go on. And of course, there'll be a point where you're cranking along, and I'll just go ahead and turn this on for the moment. You're cranking along, and yet this is going to be a long stretch cut, and you know that at least I know that my viewers are not going to want to sit here for 15 minutes and watch this cut. So I'm going to want to fast forward it. And the whole fast forward thing happens in the editing process, and we'll talk about that after a little while. For now, we'll turn this thing back off and know that that you can fast forward later on. So, and at first I was doing a shoot just when I need to shoot approach, which meant I had all of these 2 and 3 minute chopped up pieces that I did. And lately, what I've been doing is just turning the camera on and just leaving it on, and changing positions on a regular basis, because that kind of changes the perspective for the viewer. And then go when I'm in the editing process, either chop out a bunch of it where I walk away and go try to find a tool, and then come back 2 or 3 minutes later. I just chop out that piece, and it doesn't even look like I've gone anywhere, because I walk out of the view of the camera, and then 5 minutes later I walk back in, but then I chop out that part, and it looks like I walked away and came back in about 2 seconds. There's another part that has helped me a lot, and I'm going to move the camera over a little bit. And the tripods actually do a good job. But let me go get I'm going to walk away here, and then we'll edit this part out. All right, I walked away for about a minute there, and we've just chopped that whole part out so that you don't see it. Now, the other thing that works really well it's not a tripod, but it is a camera mount, and that is, as I came in, for this particular mount, and we're going to swing around so we can see it. So this particular mount I made, I don't know, about a year ago, and it hooks in directly to the bridge port, and it just kind of gets the camera out of the way so I'm not dancing around the tripod legs, and it shoots straight down onto what I'm wanting to do. So this is a good idea, and it wants to be something fairly strong because you don't want the camera to be vibrating. So that's that for that. And I've got a couple of other mounts that I want to show you here. One is hanging off of the joist of the ceiling, and basically I made that out of 3/4 tubing, and I noticed that it's cut not all the way through, but you know, almost all the way through. One wall is not cut. Saw the tubing just so that I can bend it and tweak it and get it in the exact right position. Now I'm going to bring that around so you can see where that camera shoots, and that camera shoots pretty much right at the chuck from a bit of an angle. And there's another one that I have right there that shoots from this angle here. I'm going to bring it down to you. So it pretty much will do anything from here out, but if I'm really right up against the chuck, I use the other one. Now there's one more that I have on the racks here, and that's up in the cross beam, and we're going to just kind of point that if we can. And that one kind of comes down, over my shoulder sort of height, and that works pretty well. Now I also will shoot on the tripod from here, and from here, and sometimes if I'm doing something that's over in that area, I'll shoot from there. And there's once in a while I'll come all the way back to the back of the bed of the lathe and shoot directly from the back of the lathe. And now that I have both drill presses up and running, I'm wanting to do a bracket someplace right around in here, and I might even actually come back a little further and attach it to this post right here, and of course get the chain out of the way, but something that'll kind of grab both of them at the same time, and then I can come in and do a zoom in and get something going there. I want to have one that can just kind of rotate back and forth to each drill press however I need to do it, and also to be able to go all the way to the floor, because there are times when I have long, tall pieces that I need to drill. So, at some point or another, very soon, I'm going to put some more mounts up in this area. And I've never quite gotten any extra mounts in the little lathe. I've just pretty much done it from tripods and holding it by hand. And that's in the near future also. Well, Nick Collier here. We're now down in my house, in my office, and we're going to be looking at the computer screen here for a little while and going through the editing process. So stick with me. Hey, we're going to have some computer fun. Okay, so yes, you can go buy a fancy editing program. There are plenty out there, and but especially for if you're just getting started doing this, hey, just go into Windows if you have Windows. I don't know about Macintosh. I know about Windows. If you just take the pointer, go down to the little star. This is Windows 7, and to go to All Programs. And in All Programs, it says, hang on, let me put my glasses on here. All right, where's all programs? Movie Maker. Click the Movie Maker, and that brings up the Movie Maker screen. I always just make it completely big. Add videos and photos. Click it. It brings up, and we're going to find this one here, and we're going to bring it up. So we're just going to kind of go into my, oops, back up one. Go into my files. Bring up my YouTube files. Bring up the short videos and video shoot, which is us, what we're doing right now. So I'm going to just open up this one. Oh, actually, let's just open up one that's got a bunch of files in it. That hasn't got a whole lot of files, but you know, a few. Okay, so we just open them, and it automatically sets the files in the program all ready to go. Life is good. It takes a little bit of time to download that, and we'll wait for that time to go by before we go to the next step. I'm looking down here. It says files 1 of 4, and we've got a bit of a wait. So we'll come back in a few. All right, so we've got our files opened. They've downloaded. They're ready to go, and all you got to do is click the start button, and let's get a speaker going here.
Completely shut down.
I went on to eBay and I bought myself. So already that first part I don't really want, because, you know, hey. Are we completely shut down? Yes, by the way, we were. So we're going to stop right there before the little spikes happen, because the spikes pretty much tell me that I'm speaking there. And let's see, we're going to go in and edit, split, and that splits the video. And then I go into the center and then just hit delete, and it deletes that part. I went on to eBay and I bought myself a half a dozen of these batteries. They're like, so if I don't really want to go through the whole process, I can just grab that line and drag it over to the end and go, okay, let's go on. And of course, there'll be a point where you're cranking along, and I'll just go ahead and turn this on for the moment. You're cranking along, and yet this is going to be a long stretch cut, and you know that... Okay, we won't explain this again, so what we're going to do is split it, and we're going to... The speed is, let's say, 8 times. You can go 16 or 32, but for right now, we'll do 8, and it's just going to speed it up, and... everything is hunky-dory. Now, at some point or another, I kind of come back in and notice I'm gone for a long time there. So, and then if I want, I can just grab this and just drag it back. And let's come back here to where I was gone. Where am I gone? Come on. Okay. There, I leave the screen, split that. And then at some point, I come back into the screen. Oh no, I shift it. So we just go to the shift. Well, it doesn't look like, maybe here. Split that again. Get rid of that part. Delete. And now we're going to bring it back down to 1, the speed of 1. Now, the other thing that works really well, and you can see the program's easy to use, it's simple, there's hardly any learning curve, and you can get rolling almost instantly. Now, let's go to animations here, because this is kind of a cool part. And if we kind of come up to this part right here where it just starts to jump, and then we click one of these animations, and I'm going to click my favorite one, which is right there, and then play it.
Let's go on.
And you can
And of
see
course,
that
there'll be a
it
point where
creates
you're-
a nice transition. And I'm not going to take this too much further because, hey, I don't even use this program anymore. Okay, so do I want to make changes? Not really. And we're definitely not going to do that. Let's move into this program called Power Director. And you can see that there's my little booklet of Power Director. I don't think I read more than about a sentence or two out of this booklet. I pretty much struggled through to get this thing to work. I'm not going to show you how it works because it is incredibly complicated. It is dastardly how they approach it. But now that I'm starting to get the hang of it, man, this program is so cool. So let's take that and run with it. And I might have some more to say soon, but not quite yet. Well, one last thing, and I have to kind of whisper because it's 4 o'clock in the morning and my wife's still asleep. But one last thing is when you put something on YouTube, don't expect, to get a 1,000 views right away. I mean, for that whole first year, the first 100 videos I put up, I got 10 views, 20 views, very, very little. I just kept putting them up just because I enjoyed doing it. That's really why you want to do it. And absolutely don't do it for the money, because trust me, these days I'm getting about 2,000 hits a day, and I think I make about 30 cents. So don't do it for the money. Do it because you like to do it. And eventually it starts to kick in. Not that I'm getting a huge amount of views at this point, but I probably get 100 new subscribers a week, and that number continues to build. So hey, I'm just having fun here. This is Nick Collier, checking out.